My name is Cameron, and today I'm going to be doing my first novel in about 2 years, I'd say, for a video. And this is for my book club at school, and I figured I might as well just share with you guys that I read. And my teacher said I must read 1/4 of the book. The book is like 140 pages long, and I'd say it's about 35 pages. It goes 1/4. So I just read. I read, and I ended up reading 36 pages, and I left off at right before chapter 7. Yeah. And by the way, if this doesn't look like a novel to you, it's actually pretty big. I mean, it looks like a picture book, really, but it actually has like really small words, like that. And if you look all the way to the end, you can see how much pages it has. Okay. That's a part of it. That's a lot of pages for a tiny book like this. It's just mash it together. Well, having said, let's just get started. So basically, it's about this guy named Brian. His parents are divorced, and his dad now lives in Canada, somewhere out there. And then later he decided, and his mom gave him a hatchet as a souvenir, or just to help his dad, do some work. And apparently, during the school year, he lives with his mom, and at the summertime, he lives with his dad. And right now it's just summertime, and later he's going onto this tiny airplane. Like, it could fit like 14 people, but there's only 2 people in it. Pilot, unknown. No one knows who his name is. They thought it was like Joe, John, Jimmy, and something like that. But the main character is Brian. And also, my teacher said we must have a book that's a part of a series. This is a part of a series. Many other books. And the next one is like something like the rivers, and then it's Brian's Winter and some other stuff. Yeah, and right now I'm on the first book because it makes more sense. It's like you're watching a video. Whether you start in the middle of the video or in the beginning, kind of obvious. And if you guys are like that person, skip to the middle of the video. But if you want to hear some amazing stuff, don't skip, okay? But you could if you're bored. But anyways, so basically he just goes on a ship. He's flying in midair and going to Canada. He lives in New York. And it's a fiction book, by the way. And then later, he just goes on the airplane with his pilot. Then later, they were flying and stuff. Then later, the pilot got a heart attack because he's in his mid-50s, 40s. He got a heart attack. He started going crazy. When he was having a heart attack, he moves his leg and it moves the wheel that then turned the plane. And then later, they're off track. And apparently, it's a self-driving plane also.
No, it isn't. Brian is flying it.
Not really, because actually, that's a good question, except for when the pilot took off his hand to tell Brian something, nothing happened. It just kept on going. It's not really auto driving, but it just stays up. Autopilot. And then later, apparently, when he had a heart attack, he ended up dying. But by the way, when his leg hit the wheel, it turned. But the autopilot doesn't move it back because that's self-driving, but it just keeps on flying. I say it's like this, it moved, it keeps on going. Self-driving cars or self-driving airplanes be like this, like that. But they don't have that right now, and either I bet they didn't because this time it's 2015, probably before that.
It's not 2018.
Huh? I know, it's definitely not 2018. It's 2008, I'd say. And basically, then later when he went, he slowly just started going down. He crashed somewhere, by a lake, which kind of saved him, and in the Canadian woods. And then later he was trapped there, and his hatchet helped him survive. He had berries, which he found. He was starving. All he had was a couple coins, some paper clips, a hatchet, some other stuff. Then later he went to look for some food because he was hungry. The water was by the lake. He drank that. He just drank so much. He ended up throwing up. But it was the water was kind of dirty also. And then he went to go eat some berries. They were like cherries, and when he picked them, and he was so hungry. They were so like not tasting good. And then later he just like kept on shoving him to his mouth until he ate so much. And then later he didn't want to walk that far because he wanted to stay nearby the lake. Because mostly when people look for them, they look for the plane. He didn't want to risk the chance of him being saved. He wanted to stay near the lake where his airplane crashed, and also where somewhere there could be a lot of shelter and stuff. So then when he got the berries, he brought 4 pounds of berries into his pocket and brought them back. If you think about 4 pounds, that's kind of too excessive, you see. Come on, 4 pounds, like, not how heavy that is.
That's 4 pounds.
Yeah, and of berries. What? Berries are really light, to be honest, and he carried that much because it's for survival. That'll probably last him for like, I'd say a couple days. Because he's 13. Brian's 13 years old. He's not like an 8-year-old. He's not an 18-year-old. He's a 13-year-old teenager. About 12 is when they're starting to be a young teenager, just like that guy right there. As you can see, he's playing a shooting game, just like all the mature teenagers do. And why is he still on that thing? I had a 10-minute break earlier, and he has like 30 minutes. Why is that fair?
He's going to be next. Mm-hmm.
All right, he's next in line. Well, anyways, Hatchet is a very interesting book. I'm gonna do another video soon. But after this, I'm gonna be just doing how to win friends and influence people again. In about like an hour, I'm gonna do that video because I have to read it and I'll share you guys some more. So basically, this is just the beginning of Hatchet. We'll do part 2, and we will go up to part 4 here. We probably won't do. We might miss part 3. Or part 2. And we might miss one of the parts. Or we just get it full. If we get it full, I'd be kind of happy about that. But having said, it's all for this time on Hatchet by Gary Paulson. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I highly suggest it. Bye.